Happy, happy Tuesday, my friends. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day. I hope things are going super well for you guys. I have a purring kitty on my desk, and her booty it makes it really difficult to like access my stream deck. But there's Cat. Mystic, you asked about kitty cam, and you have received kitty cam. But welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Oh my god. Oh god, cat off my lap. Alright, bye, Mello. Thanks for visiting. Doc, I think she wants in the bedroom. Maybe not. Maybe she just wants to hide in the drying rack. She's weird. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic day. I hope things are going super well for you. We are back on a special Tuesday for Split Fiction with Doc. Chat, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Today's stream is ending at 10:30. Doc and I have to do something after 10:30, so we're going to kind of just not rush into things, but I kind of just want to dive in because we're doing a shorter stream than our typical, only by a half hour, but by our typical standards. So yeah, chat. Say hi, Doc. Okay, so this is still broken. I didn't break anything. Where's Discord? No, I don't think they can hear you. Yeah, but you flashing means Discord picks you up. It doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna hear you. Yeah, I'm working on it. And something is like just lagging the shit out of me. I don't know what it is. I don't know, there's an update happening in the background or what, but it made me crazy. Where is Discord? Put my desk back together because of cat aggro. Nope, that's not what I want. Remove application Discord. Say something?
Something?
Okay. Yay! We have things. It's great. I love it for me. And I just get to lag out while I switch screens. Boop. Yeah, we have a Doc today. Doc, your head's cut off again.
Well, shame.
I think it's something to do with kitty cam, believe it or not, which is stupid because you guys run two different programs, but you know, whatever. Alright, there's Doc. And then Mr. Peepers needs to slide over. Okay, Mr. Peepers says it was chat. Alright. I has my controller. Do the thing. Deck.
You don't need me in the full need me in the partial.
I forget the overlay thing for Steam. I need the overlay screen for Steam. Hold on.
Well, okay.
I have to get out and get back into it. Hold on. Because it's doing the same thing it did yesterday. Yeah, with my controller being janky. It keeps disguising my controller. So I'm trying to get the menu up that I had yesterday for Mass Effect, but I don't remember what I pushed to get it. That's not what I wanted. Always. Always. There we go. Come on. Oh my god. It's not disconnected! Jesus Christ. Alright, Cat, I love you, but you need to stay off my desk because I can't keep moving stuff. Alright. How to pull up Steam overlay. Shift tab. Oh, it's this one. Enable Steam input. Why is play online not an option? Okay.
Now we begin.
Oh my
How
god!
have I been? Oh, I just saw the chat. How have I been? I could be better. It's been a wild couple of days. But that's why we're here. So hopefully Waves can play. Controller disconnected.
But it didn't, because look, I can move my shit. It's just my A key's not working. So like, what the fuck? And it's only this menu. I swear to God, I can't. I hate it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Ah!
It's gonna be fun when you can't jump.
Oh my god. I'm gonna see if it like just fixes itself once I get out, because it was just that screen. It worked for everything else. So controller, you're the only one I have left that's not a PlayStation controller. You cannot die on me. Do you understand me? Okay, we had a talk. Mallow really wants in the bedroom, but you keep denying her access to the bedroom.
She doesn't though.
She's just sitting at the door.
Turn around.
She's like, I'm just so sad. Hey, baby.
That looks out of place. Maybe it's another side story.
Hey, baby. Hey. See, my A button works again. Right trigger, left trigger, bumpers that don't do shit. Alright, we were going to a side story, right?
I thought we finished the side story.
I don't remember. I guess because it goes, oh look, a side story. So I don't know. Maybe I guess we didn't do it right. Mallow, make up your mind. And then close the door behind you. Alright, lock her out. I love her, but screw her. Doc.
What?
I said close the door behind her.
I did. She knocked it open again.
Well, just close her out of the door. Because she's obviously just not going to go inside the room. Just close her out of it. She can hang out with me today. It's fine. Whatever. You get picked up on my mic again for some random reason. I don't need it assisted with the fact that the door is open. Okay. Whee!
I think we need to split up.
Okay. Well, fine then. Oh, this way. That's why. I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. I'm ready now. What? Oh. Fuck. Fuck. No! Third time's the charm. Because I was able to walk through the other one, I figured I could just walk through it. Oh, come on! Mother freaking. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm really bad at jumping. I hate it here. I don't like it. I'll get it right eventually, I promise. I got it!
Wait, are we trapped? It's probably nothing. I hope.
I don't consent to being caged.
I don't recall writing this. Keep shooting!
Oh, come on. There we go.
Whoa! Ah!
Ow. Ah! Oh, come on! I hit the button! Rude.
Pop that
Well.
shield, though.
I opened it
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, well, it's too late. You didn't open it for me, so
I keep opening it. It's just not.
you're way too late. You gotta shoot ahead.
Uh, okay, we're good. Oh, come on. Why do I have to jump?
Take the lane.
crap.
Pepper it!
Ow!
Cool.
I mean, I shot at it. Mine's done.
Whoa!
Oh god. Okay.
Zap it!
Oh, what? What? Oh, because I need one of them, not all three. Okay. I was like, that's not fair. Oh, seriously? Okay.
Lord in heaven.
Prepare yourself. This is some dangerous territory. You know what they say. Action makes diamonds. Sure thing.
Really?
Let's chill out and focus. Ugh.
Really? It brought me back to murder me again. That's offensive.
You are bad at this.
I don't know what I did I had it the first time. I had it with ease, and now I don't know what the frick I'm supposed to do.
Ugh.
Don't get hit by the rotating thing.
Oh, crap. Okay, we're fine. Oh, good. I was like, no. I've debated it.
Enemy up ahead.
You know, it's worth it. No. Oh. I'm looking at you, not me. Can you push it again? Oh, smart ass. Really? Really? There we go.
Tight trigger.
You got it.
Ew.
That's pretty
Interesting.
Cool. Let's go me.
Alright, can you open that back up?
No, because you didn't want to come in the first time. Ah, yeah, damn it. Ah! Hold on.
Watch out!
Ah! I don't like this because I keep looking at you. with it. Hi, Guy! Guy, I hate it! Oh, okay. I keep staring at the wrong thing. What? No. What? Shoot through the... Oh.
Wrong portal.
Oh. Yeah. That'd make sense, wouldn't it?
You're red.
Oh, fuck! I hate this! This whole time we've been playing, I haven't had an issue. They put us in this sort of format. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What color is what? Oh, crap. Why? Why would they put us in such a tiny spot? Okay,
It's
so
fine.
I'm gonna go this way. That was that. That one landed on my face. I don't approve. There. Oh, I need you to undo it. I was like, why isn't it working? Because it's on you. Okay.
Ooh.
Ah, crap.
Alert. Launcher is tested.
Oh, I got it. Rude.
Exterminate.
I do appreciate my gun not overloading this time. Oh, don't stand there. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Are you? Ah. Oh, come on! Stop it!
You gotta use that dash.
I'm using both buttons! I hate it here! Alright, we're good. Oh, oh, whoa! Rude! Why is it always me? Fuck off! Guys are so mean to me! Oh, I guess I have to go underneath. Or not?
Yeah, No, you have to go up the top, dear.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can't go up this platform. Oh, there we go. Okay.
On this way.
You can't go that far. I have to go into one, come out the other, go out the one. Like, I know how to, like, what I have to do here. This one, there we go. No, I missed. I'm back. There we go.
Okay, my turn.
What?
Oh, I was...
Why are you rushing it?
Because I'm putting the wrong thing. Here. It's 2 clicks over. Okay.
Nope, you have to move that one faster, essentially. I found that one out the hard way with you.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get used to. Like, I'm trying to get rid of the rhythm. Alright, go back. Oh, wrong thing. I keep wanting to, like, left trigger it. Shit. Instead of, like, alright, let me move my finger on this one. There. Ah! Okay. 1. There you go. I was like, I have it! I'm down.
Well.
Really?
Don't forget, you can hit X to, like, dash, too.
Stop
up
it.
the ladder.
Okay.
Shoot it, Zoe!
Come on, go down. There you go. Okay, so only when he's got it.
Oh, shit.
Let me go. Ah.
Oh, it's just some acid reflux. Hey, we need to help each other out.
Ah. Come on up.
Oh, God.
Oh, of course I go down. Love that for me. Where am I? Yours keep killing me. That's not fair. I can't.
I don't know what to do here. They don't seemingly... I really don't know what to do. I don't know what
I
to
don't
do
get
there.
it.
Like,
That's really
they-
weird. It wasn't responding to the gunshots. It wasn't responding to the anchor
Explosions,
thingies.
yeah.
I touched the cat. My eyes itchy. Maybe to stop the explosion? I don't know. Where am I? What did it? Oh. I don't know where it put me. That's not. I hate this. It brings me back to then kill me again. Yeah, you're stopping the explosions. You're literally firing at the ones that are blowing up. That's the whole trick. Oh. Got it.
what happens?
Okay, so you shoot them so the fire starts out of them, then you push Y and you throw them at the guy.
Oh, okay, that's dumb. But
Yeah,
alright.
that's really confusing. But like I noticed I got them to stop sparking and then I saw Y. Yeah. Oh, come Come on. I was firing at the one. Yeah, that was the whole trick.
Okay, that's annoying, but okay.
Yeah. It should have been a little easier to figure out instead of like, it's all not in English. I don't know what to, I got nothing.
I assume, did you try shooting the red things that are red?
I tried. I guess I wasn't firing high enough. I'll try
Did you
again.
use your, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the explosions.
I did. I used that first. Yeah, I just didn't aim high enough. And then it'll be you. And then it'll be me. Oh, nuts. See, this I can do really well. Why can't I have more of this? Oh, shit. Really? What just killed me?
All the stuff he's knocking from the ceiling.
I didn't see the box. I was like, there is nothing here. Done. Eh.
Wow.
Brutal.
Oh my god.
You're
I
quite
hate
the
my
gunslinger,
missions. You know that,
Zoe.
right?
Oh, I get it now. You're into old gunslinging movies, aren't you? You mean westerns? No. Are you sure? Pick up your eye. Okay, got my eye. Now what? They're jetpacks. But of course, Dad is though. Is what? Into westerns. Didn't realize the gunslinging detail snuck its way in when I wrote this. Well, I like it. Makes the story more personal. I guess. Now, buckle up. Yeehaw, ma'am!
Oh god.
Oh, stop it.
No. Let me be free. Let me be free. Uh-oh.
Just a sec.
That's fine. I'm gonna go wash my hands from cat aggro. I touched my eye and I regret that decision. But I wasn't thinking about it. My eye was just itchy. Chat, hold on 1 second. Yep, chat. Stream will be ending at 10:30 today. Just so you know. Whenever you're ready to unpause, Doc. Guys, I got my mom hooked on a garlic butter. She really liked this one that she found at Acme, Sam's Club, BJ's. I don't know. A place in Florida. And she came to Jersey, she couldn't find it, but then she found it online through Amazon, but like not through Amazon. I don't know. Then they stopped selling it. So then when we went to ShopRite the other day, I found a garlic butter in the seafood department. So I took a picture and I showed my mom. Ow.
Don't forget to dash.
I need, that's not the issue though. Oh, hold on. Can I go? Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. Okay. And so she texted me to tell me that she liked it. I'm not good at this jetpack thing.
Man, these jetpacks rule. You didn't expect us to have jetpacks, did you? Oh.
No! No! Thank you for the hydrate hide. Ah! I had it here! Oh, come on!
No.
No! No, you little shit! Oh, see, that's crap. I like the 14 death system where I have 2 seconds before I die again when I'm revived. Okay. Are we done? Are we free? Thank goodness. Doc, I think you're muted too, by the way.
I am. I said temporarily.
You didn't say anything, so I wasn't sure. I just was like, I don't know if he's muted or not.
It was a dark and stormy night. No, too cliche. Once upon a time. Yes, much better. Once upon a time, there were two heroes who were walking in a forest. Yes.
Oh, this is cool.
All of a sudden,
Oh.
a call to adventure. Oh no!
Hello.
I have terrible news! Our prince has been captured! The duo took action as fast as they could. Oh no! Enemies! Our heroes need a weapon. How about swords?
Owie.
No, swords have been done.
Right
Oh,
trigger.
They could wield nunchucks. Nunchucks rule. Nunchucks don't really fit, do they? Oh, bows are cooler. We need new enemies. How about the birds? Pew pew! So cool. There is a bridge that must be crossed. But a cyclops is guarding it. Halt thee! You must solve my riddles 3. First, what is brown and sticky? Yes, a stick! I do agree. Plug! No, this is all too violent.
I shot him in the eye.
Okay, let's try again. Okay, new idea. Do we really need 2 heroes? What if instead there was a noble steed? Yes! One of them could be a horse!
Come, my noble horse. Look at that derp face.
Yes, brilliant. Okay, a good story needs a misty mountain. Oh, no horse. Horses can't climb. Smash!
Whip. Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
Watch out! A boulder! Boom! Ouch! That looked like it hurt.
I quit, chat. I quit.
This is fun. I like this. This is cute.
It keeps screwing me
Here,
over.
The mountain has become far too steep for our heroes to climb. Surely the goats of the mountain will lend a hoof.
I'm a goat. Bah. Aw.
Cody.
Gotta go fast.
Ah.
Eventually, our heroes reach the mountain summit. Yay! A dark cave is revealed.
I just die so often.
Our
And I'm
heroes
just
enter the
So
cave.
sad about it.
Spikes! Ouch!
Whee. I'm that pole. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. There we go.
We reached the bottom of the cave. Everything goes dark.
No!
Darkness. Very scary.
Boo.
The cave is a very dangerous place. Filled with bats. Our heroes may need bows after all.
Talking with bows,
What is
chat.
that?
Thank you for the check-in.
Help me! Help me! The prince is tied up. But, something has captured the prince. A demon, a crab, or a duck.
I want to be a crab. A duck? Quack?
I see. The big duck appears. Quack, quack, quack. Stop! What was I thinking? A duck?
It was perfect.
Maybe something else.
No, a duck is perfect.
Of course, a giant enemy crab appears. Snip, snip, snip.
Really? Really? Why am I only firing in one direction? Can you please fire in another direction?
Glorious. I knew I could count on you.
I was not expecting that. Oh, I could play a whole game that looks like this. This is amazing.
I just love how you get the print side to your back. Now, Prince, what do I get for saving you? Money, land, titles, all of it.
And the two heroes, now champions, set sail and took the prince back home. The end.
Hooray! I loved it.
It was cute.
Was that your attempt to make a children's story? A successful attempt, I'd say.
I don't want to be back here.
That one. You love all your ideas.
Okay.
Oh no, we need both of us. You suck.
I don't. We both know this. Wait, what am I? Oh, in here. Okay. That explains why I didn't see. Okay. Now where am I going? Here.
Refueled.
Oh. Okay.
Dodged up.
Aw. See, I can't fly for shit, but I can fire my gun. So that's something. No, these turrets, they kind of hit pretty strong.
Watch out for the drones. Oh no.
Okay.
Don't stop me, oh.
No! No murder! Oh, that's okay. I am sad that these guns are back to being with ammo.
Get the last one.
Cause like this would be so much easier if I wasn't reloading halfway through a shot. Okay.
Okay, I guess you left me to die, thanks.
I didn't know what. I just saw that
It
I had
had
a
a
shooting
shooting thing on it!
I shot it! So I shot it! It had my color, so I shot it! Not betrayal. You would have done the same thing to me. Thank you for the ticket, Babylon. Oh. What?
Oh, I see. Okay. That's easy.
Is it? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, no, you see, you can't do it through the shield. You gotta put it on first, and then suck it in, and then blow it up.
So this one goes on first.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, except we have to do it at the same time,
Oh,
so...
you're killing me!
I had it in there waiting for you. You just took forever.
No! Oh, I was like, I didn't go through anything. Okay. One hand. You don't
Running
love
out of
me.
juice. Running out of juice. Running out of juice.
Well, thank
And
you, I
I'm dead.
died, so...
Well, now you're gonna die.
No, I'm not. Bitch. Now I died, but for a different reason. Oh, fuck. Okay. Now I will set a timer.
Bye-bye, Jetpack Eye.
Okay.
Wish I could keep this.
Is it now?
What's up, Mio? You seem... No, I'm just trying to mentally prepare myself for this ending. I'm not going anywhere. Good. That's good.
Okay.
I got her spot.
This looks promising.
Whoa!
There! Time to line up some clean shots. Yikes. Hope no one saw that try.
Alright, well.
We need a 500. God damn it. Okay. This is hard. I don't like it.
Don't shoot. You can't shoot mine, essentially.
Oh, I know. Ah, I got one. God damn it. God damn it. That one, I always hit. Finally.
But that's only 1 star. We gotta get all 3 stars.
Do we?
Yes.
Ah! I hate this.
Are you really leaving?
I'm seeing if I have to do this. Damn, I do. Fuck! I'm not good at this! I'm really good at this. I need an aim, and I don't have an aim. Fuck! Come on, gun. It's just... Ah, I hit yours. God damn it.
Okay.
Fuck, I hit yours.
It's fine. We'll just restart. You hit mine.
I know I hit yours.
Worst one yet.
You hit mine
Cool.
this time.
Yep.
How the fuck are you supposed to hit 1,000?
It's you have to hit every target.
But the highest we've gotten is like 700.
That's because the targets disappear with each stage. So if you don't get them, they don't stay around.
Oh, fuck. Alright, do me a favor. Just back up and don't fire.
Let's test our aim.
Nope, I can't do it. Fuck. I'm too slow. Because this isn't my strong point. Sucks. Alright, I guess try again.
Worst case, we just go on.
I don't know how to go on. Ah, fuck. God damn it. Go, hit the person.
All right, come on.
Are you kidding me?
You're the one who found the secret minigame instead of running this way.
Chat, do you know I hate him? I hate him so much right now.
Why do you hate me?
Because I was frustrated before and you're like, well, we have to continue. And I was like, fuck, I
We
don't want
have
to
to.
continue. I hate him. Chat, I hate him. What the fuck is that?
Okay. This is it.
Is that creature the source of the toxins?
It's Genova.
This is where the mechs keep them. They captured and tortured him to siphon his lifeblood.
Genova.
No, it's her dad. All the chemical treatments and everything from when he was
I
in the
get
hospital.
that, but at the same thing, they're siphoning his blood. Genova.
You probably already guessed it, but I sort of based the story around my dad. Ever since he got diagnosed, all these visits to the hospitals, medicines, treatments. It doesn't matter what we try, it just keeps on spreading. Seems like all we can do now is wait for the inevitable. It might be tomorrow. Next month, 6 months, who knows?
Are you alone in all of this? What about your mother? Your family?
It has always just been me and my dad.
I'm sorry.
All I can do is write this silly story where I get to save him. Like it would change anything.
No one should have to go through that. Much less alone.
I don't want to stay here, Zoe. I want to leave.
Then let's do that.
That's our escape! Go! Hang on!
Fun.
Oh shit.
There he goes! He'll guide us out of here! Follow him!
But I gotta say, that was really nice of you. What did I do? Opening up your feelings like that. I feel honored now, Zoe.
Oh, dive.
Whoa, he's impressive. Show them your strength. Stay out of the toxin. Puddle, Zoe.
Ah. Ah. Oh, come on! Why do you do this to me?
Complete the
not gonna make it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I accidentally slammed right into Dad.
What sucks is I was on top of him, so I wasn't near the ramp. Oh, come on! Why? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna hit that. Go under, up. Alright, don't throttle here. Just kind of hang back, let him do his thing. Or don't. Get obliterate. Stop pushing me in front of shit that I'm gonna hit! Oh my god. There we go.
Thank you. Exit sight. What?
Wee!
Freedom!
Fun shit, man.
That wasn't bad. I liked the motorbike because I don't have to fire shit.
The breakout. Zoe, you might be the first person who's seen this side of me. I'm not used to strangers being this, I don't know, kind. Really? I know, I'm such a downer. It's just that Dad means the world to me. It's so unfair. And there's this anger growing inside of me. I feel trapped. It's like I'm lost in the dark. I don't know what to do.
Who wouldn't be overwhelmed by it all? It makes you human. Someone's sure enjoying their freedom.
I just wish it was true in the real world.
I really hope you and your father pull through this.
Thanks.
You know what, Mio? You're starting to make a little more sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I don't think you're a downer.
Yay! Ugh. Oh, he pissed, yo.
What is going on?
Down here, I am the one that makes the rules.
Okay, he sounds serious.
Whatever. Let's bounce.
Here, here.
No, 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 no!
We got him. They're locked in.
System failsafe mode is active, sir.
Our window of opportunity is now.
Finally, initiate repair protocol.
No. What's happening? It looks like it's healing itself.
Good luck reaching that glitch now, huh?
Why are you even doing this?
Can't you see that I'm doing society a favor? I'm the good guy here.
Are ya?
Yeah.
I seriously doubt that.
Are ya?
What you're witnessing down there is but a taste of what my machine can do. I will change the entire industry. I just need to gather enough stories, and my machine will be fully operational.
By stealing them.
I'm not surprised that you narrow-minded amateurs can't comprehend the majesty of what I'm trying to achieve here.
What? All I see is another big corporation screwing over the little guy.
Yeah, how original.
It doesn't matter what you think. All you have to do now is sit tight and witness as I fully restore my machine and put an end to your insignificant little uprising.
Wait, what is this thing? No idea, but it can't be good. Let's look around, Zoe. There's gotta be a way to find that glitch. Sure.
Oh god, we're
No,
chained together.
we're not doing chained together, are we?
Oh fuck.
Raider losing his mind.
I've got a feeling that he might have lost it a while ago.
Your stories are simply a part of a much larger.
With or without our consent. The ego on this guy.
Your creative power only meant anything when you were hooked up to my machine.
I can't believe Raider thinks he's the good guy.
Hasn't every villain in history believed that about themselves?
I am not sprinting. Yeah, no.
No, you could double. You could. Yeah, I was gonna say you could double pull it.
How do you double pull it?
Just watch. Yeah, you have to land at the top. Yeah.
I figured you'd have to. I don't understand how to get up though. Like that's what I'm saying.
You basically crawl the wall to the highest point you can, bounce off, and then jump over.
Okay.
There you go.
It throws me back to the other side, and I'm like, but that's not the direction I need to go into.
Your creativity.
Sure, and then what?
Well, I can produce masterpieces at the touch of a button.
Right.
All for a
alright,
hefty fee, I presume.
Oh, we need up there.
Okay. There.
I'm not with you.
Nope.
Okay, so we don't have to jump across. Nope.
Okay.
Why didn't you join me?
I didn't realize you were jumping on the right one this
I mean,
time.
whichever one comes to me close, like the first time, I might as well just jump on it. Jump across. No.
Nope, no, this was the bad one. Oh my god.
I thought you were staying. Okay, right one. Not gonna make it.
Left
and then
one.
Left one. Then stay on this one because apparently this one takes you all the way to the end. There. Chain together.
Yeah.
Whoa, the tether! The tether! Wait, wait!
Oh, okay.
Upon completion, everything this machine will be able to create will be an instant work of art.
Art is subjective!
I strongly disagree.
Ah, fuck.
I think one of us has to stay on the button. Nope.
Do you have to
Alright, so
join?
what does this do?
That one brings
That
that one
does
up.
this.
Yeah.
Alright, so jump on that one while you're there. Okay, that's theirs. Now go over to the one on the ground over there. Okay, that stretches us, but we're too tight. Alright, jump back.
So get off and then touch that button.
No, that's too far away.
Hold on. Just stay here for a second.
Yep.
Jump with me. Don't jump with me. I meant jump with me. Like, we go on the button. Jump on this one. Jump.
Yeah, nope.
No, okay.
Because it holds it in the air.
Alright. I'll stay here. Jump on that one.
And then when you move forward, I'm gonna jump. All right, go. Go. What does that one do? Oh, okay, I see it. Get off the button.
Alright, I've walked.
All right, go. Go.
Get closer. I jump.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Gather together.
Good.
Nothing will be able to match the speed and imagination of what my machine can produce.
Ready?
Monopolize storytelling, Raider.
Okay.
Oh, but I can.
Ah. Ooh, I made it. And then this one, and then this one.
Okay.
Okay. Ah, crap.
I have worked on this for 20 years. Nothing will stop me.
Okay.
And listen to yourself.
And I'll do whatever it takes to realize my vision.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, I was like, you're going too far. Because I was confused by the way this lined up. And then this way, this way, this one, and then across.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Yep, eagle mode.
Whee! Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, don't hit the
apparently
things.
Yeah, we have movement again.
Yep.
Shadows trying to stand against us. Soon I'll dominate the entire
Right.
market. All stories will belong to me forever.
Can we mute this guy already? I wish.
Once I've dealt with you two and this stupid glitch, I will finish what I started.
Come on, come on.
Hold on. No, I didn't mean pause.
Well, you said hold on.
I
and you
meant
weren't-
like don't move because I was trying to figure out where to go from here because this ground breaks.
Yes, that's where we want to go. There's breakable ground, double time underneath.
I didn't see this bottom part, so I wanted to make sure before we jumped down what the next thing was.
That's some nasty low red wedges.
Aw, what?
What? I don't even know how that was bad hitboxing.
What the hell?
That is just bad hitboxing. It's fine.
And on. And on. And on. Oh. Alright.
Well, you gotta get off to there. Now move with it.
Careful with the bungee cord.
I almost jumped because I. Oh.
How did they end up there?
Keep it up.
What are you doing? I ordered you to stop right now.
We have to stay like evenly running.
I know. I'm not dashing. I keep saying this.
Glitch. 12 o'clock. I see it.
Isolate the glitch. Don't let them reach the glitch.
Alright, I'm down. Oh, you can't let that thing hit the cord.
Yeah. Yep. Which is why you gotta jump.
I was up and I was on the thing moving. Up, jump, and up. And then down. And then jump. And we're up. And it passes and we're down.
Home stretch, Mio.
Up.
And the platforms.
Up.
Separate them from the glitch. Now.
Ah, crap.
Run, Zoe!
Jump.
Stop them. Stop them
Jump.
now.
Jump. Got it. Whew.
No!
System failsafe deactivated.
We didn't have enough time to restore the machine, sir.
Impossible!
Woohoo! We did it! Come on, Zoe, grab the glitch! Suck it, Raider! Come on!
That's funny shit.
Okay.
Are we gonna get magical girl story?
Doc's a magical girl chat. It is officially
Hell yeah,
confirmed.
I am. Not the Sailor Moon look I was hoping for, but I'll take it.
Really?
What? I feel like we can handle any curveball Raider throws at us.
Let's not get that cocky, Super Zoe. You won't give up so easily.
Maybe not, but I choose to believe.
What? No way!
I thought she was gonna say the moon will
Maybe
punish it.
Get me up to speed?
Okay, so this story is based on mine and Ella's upbringing, how we grew up and overcame every obstacle together.
Guys, hold this
Wasn't
picture,
your
I approve.
shape-shifting story also inspired by your sister?
Yeah? We're twins.
Ah, there it is.
That makes sense. So, what do we do now?
I need to get into character.
Well, shit.
It's dragon eggs! Right? They're pretty dragon. We love dragons.
Adventure lies ahead. Take the dragon eggs.
Dragon eggs.
Yeah, I wrote me and Ella as dragons.
So we're doing dragons.
Can't have fantasy without dragons now, can we?
Damn straight.
Save the world's last 2 dragons from extinction. Fate lies in thy hands.
That's it? No detail on the whole extinction part?
Don't worry, I know what to do. Grab that bag.
I'd wear that outfit.
You take the Ella egg.
Ooh, it's heavy.
Just don't drop it.
Gotcha.
Adventure time.
Come on, grab your friends.
So, we're in a fallen kingdom of dragons, and we're here to make sure they aren't lost forever.
Right. What happened?
War. An ancient ancestor to the
Shocker,
first dragon
chat.
family turned
War.
on his kin, and the conflict left the world in ruin.
Pretty dark premise, Zoe. I like it. Whoa, that's some OG skeleton.
All dragons might have fallen, but their spirits linger on. So, upon completion, Raider's machine will eventually be able to take control of all creativity. Is that right?
That's what he claims. Changing storytelling forever.
Ooh.
Ugh, and Raider will be behind the wheel of it all. No thanks.
Giving one company that amount of power sounds like a living nightmare.
Yeah, no. Let's not let that happen.
Of course I fall. Why wouldn't I be able to jump? That's
I think
skill
this
chat.
is
Okay.
Is this somewhere we have to go?
Boop. Boop. Wee. Yeah, I like these stories way better than mine. Just saying. Oh. Okay. So, I'm gonna get mine. Alright. Yep. There. Now lift yours. Don't move. Stay there. Okay, now come across. See, Chad, I can do these puzzles. Because they're not in my fucking story. Ugh. I wasn't. Okay. I take one side, you take one side. Or I die because you let go.
Well, because you have to let go to jump.
Okay, that as a dock birder of waves, chat. Just saying. Okay. Yay.
What came out of that egg? As legend has it, it's the birthplace of the first primordial dragon mother, millennials ago.
Huh. Imagine how much she needed to eat every day. So who's killing everyone?
Long story short, the bad guy's called the Megalith, who sought immortality. But in his greedy pursuit,
What the motherfucker?
Bummer.
I hit it.
It's a double
I
jump.
know. I was staring at it, and it didn't grab. Grab. Thank you. And I died anyway.
Because you jumped too low on the first one. Nope. We're not in sync.
What? We have to work together? What is this?
Jump.
And jump.
Jump.
And jump. Nope, I missed. That's okay. I'll come on the other side. Like last time. Boop. And Y.
So how does this mega what's-its-face look like?
the Megalith? You're about to find out.
I am.
Oh, he's cute! I'd give him head pets.
Jesus.
No, Megalith.
Pick up your egg! Brace yourself!
Oh, crap. Oh,
Serious trouble, Zoe!
that wasn't so bad.
And he's got a temper!
Oh.
Why can't those killers be more stable?
Oh, come on!
Keep your head down!
What? Okay.
Almost there! Almost there! Oh, come on!
It'd be fun to fight.
Is it gone? For now. Did you have to make it so massive? You could have chilled with scale.
Well, in my defense, if something's gonna hunt dragons, it needs to be big.
I don't get it though. If you like dragons,
Love dragons.
love dragons, why make them extinct? What's the angle?
Growing up, sometimes it felt like it was just me and Ella against the entire world. But as twins, we always have each other's backs.
Must be nice to have backup.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the core to this story. Facing life's adversities, no matter the scale, together.
Still think you could have made that thing smaller.
At least now you know what we're up against.
Yeah, but can't see how we possibly stand a chance against that thing.
Oh, we'll have some proper backup. Don't you worry.
Where's a bazooka when you need one?
Aha. Okay. Nope. You gotta pound it. Nope. Hun,
What's up?
you might want to come back here and do the actual part of the thing that we need to do.
What actual thing? I did everything.
No, you didn't. You skipped the very first one that you need to put the egg in. There's this one, and then there's the again. You keep skipping it.
Oh.
It's this one right here.
Okay. Well, because you come over, this is the first thing that highlights. So you click this.
Okay.
I'm guessing there's something
No.
up there. I don't know.
Yeah, there is. Okay. So
Alright.
basically, if you're here, you have to then do the jumps
Okay,
and
gotcha,
stuff
okay.
to get up there.
Cool. So I'll put this down, let it pass, and then go to the next one. That's what I was kind of waiting. I was trying to see
Yep.
where it stopped because I was like, I don't see anything from here. But yeah, the horn's what I grab onto. Okay. What? Oh, I'm not gonna make it. Fuck. It didn't ping to pull up.
No, because I think you have to do this. I think you have to do it from here. You have to run back, hit this thing, to hit this thing, which then can get that. No.
No,
Okay, maybe not.
it's supposed to be this one. But like when I jumped up, it didn't register that I was close enough, so I couldn't actually click it.
Oh, I see. It's because you have to come up here,
Oh, from up
and
there.
and it will require both of us.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Ding.
Okay. Beautiful.
Very.
Welcome to the Cave of Cradles. You're saying it like I should know what it means?
Just place your egg down there, and you'll see.
Right.
No.
Oh wait, that's a.
I can swim.
Check this out.
Are we gonna get dragon pets?
Mine's cuter.
Little
Woo!
welcome to the world. It's okay. Come here.
He'll bite you.
Oh,
Arr.
you're the cutest.
Oh, come on! He's adorable.
Hop in. Come on. That's it.
Right? Oh,
Can't believe I'm agreeing to this.
it's the wheel of the wagon. Love it.
This is adorable.
Oh.
And now we get our weapon / powers. Oh. No!
I think she likes you.
Look, you
Rely
wanted
on
a
thy
shoulder cat.
dragons to make your way to the
The
next
game presents you shoulder cat.
This way.
I said no licking.
Aw. All the licking.
You look how disappointed it looks.
Mio does not speak for me.
I'll push us out.
Where are we going?
Down the river.
Here we go.
She's just a happy little dragon. Paddle. Oh.
I've been thinking about Raider.
Oh, right.
What about our favorite
So we can
guy?
go straight.
I mean, if he's been working on his machine for 20 years,
Yeah.
then I don't think there's anything he wouldn't
And
do
switch.
to protect it.
No
Yep.
matter the cost.
No matter the cost.
And switch. Alright. I don't think he's ever paddled before.
I have.
I don't know.
You keep going straight towards the rock.
Is it just me or is the current speeding up?
The stream sure is picking up pace.
I love how we're like paddle right and paddle left and we just still continue to go in the direction. Do you navigate or do I?
Neither. It's the paddles.
Well,
Give
yeah,
it to
but
you.
like it's not.
You can hold the paddle down to give a longer, more powerful stroke.
Okay.
Oh boy. What's the matter?
Because I was like, I'm moving in the direction it's moving and I'm staying in the direction that we're headed.
Whatever you do, don't stop paddling.
Oh shit.
And this is where we die, chat.
Is it onto us? Just paddle.
How the actual fuck?
It's the waterfall.
Okay, so paddle left, paddle right.
We're running out of rivers.
How the
Problem
fuck?
is, stop oversteering. We keep putting too much pressure on one side, I think.
We're running out of rivers, Zoe.
It's the waterfall.
Okay, I thought you were on the left.
But we have that first turn.
It's fine. Just one push, and that's it.
We're running out of rivers, Zoe.
It's the waterfall.
we go.
Nice, you're in a tree.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Yep. Bye.
Come on.
I should totally just be epic and yep.
Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah. We are. Did you
No.
see me? Or I mean us. Fly? It wasn't flying, silly. It was gliding. Now who's got
Oh, you got the flying one.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Do I have to go the other direction? Go the other direction. I just glide across. It's not like I fly.
Oh, who wants a treat?
Oh, he got all the treats. Good boy.
Aren't they both girls?
I don't care. Good girl. Good boy. I don't put genders on my new dragon.
Have a bite. Just don't drool on me.
How? Yeah, feed the dragon fruit. Okay.
These dragons aren't completely useless. Oh, don't worry, little one.
They're fucking
Me as well as saying
dragons.
thanks.
What? No.
Not.
Oh, because I was on it, and then it went, like, because it's you?
Yeah, I gotta.
So I was like, it only goes halfway, so I got off. There you go.
Yeah.
No one's gonna judge you if you play around, Leo.
Oh. Ah, no, it's okay, I don't need it. This one. This one. I'm dying! Boop. What? Rude!
Let's hope this thing still works.
Come here, you.
What do you need from me? Oh, okay.
Bye.
Oh, he was a fling me?
Yeah.
Hey, do it again. Instructions not clear, chat. Oh god, there we go.
And then I assume you have to send me something on the
Nope.
zip line.
You don't get shit. I'm leaving without you. Bye!
All right, ride's ready. Oh, look at
Yay.
you two getting along and all.
Okay. Oh.
Why is my dragon shaking, Zoe?
He's just excited. Okay.
We should be safe from here. I think. You think?
Alright, this one's me.
Hold on. I'm just looking to see how we could get across this one. Oh god. No,
Bye.
no, you left me.
You should have just waited. I would have come back. I wonder if I have to go across first. You bring the lever back.
Probably.
Well, get on. That's the whole point of this. Because there's levers up there too. It's making
Yeah,
me
well,
curious.
no, that's what it is. Hold on.
Yeah, I can't do anything. You have to be on this one. So you should have just came with me.
No, I had to move it. though. That's the problem. See? Oh wait, here. Now that it's over here. Oh no, I don't know.
You probably should have
How do
left,
I-
like, because it was in the middle. So you should have just joined me on top instead of using the lever to come back.
How do I join it in the middle, dear?
All right, hit it. Okay, there we go. Dee-dee-dee.
Mystery.
Oh, great. My wonderful little dragon adventures will be ruined with guns and explosions and murder and stuff.
Blame yourself.
Be right back, cutie pies.
Oh, I'm blaming myself.
Ready? Ready.
That's why I don't do sci-fi. Chad, I have a cute little kitty sleeping on a couch. She's snoozing.
Okay, Zoe. This idea is inspired by video games I played growing up.
Video games?
Get the highest score, get the win.
Wait, this is a competition.
You bet.
Bring it on.
3,
Yes!
1, go!
Fuck yeah! I loved this game as a kid!
Not if I see you first.
Sweet! Bless. I love it! I'm so freaking happy! Chat, do you remember SSS Tricky? I played this so many times as a kid. It was so good! Oh, look at that nice high fat grind. I got no points for it because it was shit.
Here we go.
Woo! Hell yeah! Of course there's laser beams, because why wouldn't there be laser beams?
I make this look easy.
Oh, oh no, I fell! No!
Come on.
Quit. Oh,
Oh shit. hell just happened?
Ah. Oh, you need
What am
to
I
take
being
that.
hit by?
What the fuck? So he's placing you back in the middle of. You need to go and take the ramp. That's annoying though, because it killed me right off of the side again.
Get ready, Zoe! Reach for the sky! Okay? High five! Woo-hoo! Oh, I'm on fire! Oh, that was rad, Zoe! Ah!
Oh, come on! I had that.
Please, those things are cute!
Oh, that just popped up out of nowhere.
There we go.
Whoa! Bring it on!
Avoid the things of doom. Avoid the things of doom. Ah, I missed my trick. Ah, too short. No! Okay, do it again. There we go. Okay, stay on the half pipe. Switch. Oh, come on! Why do you gotta hate me so much?
We're almost at the finish line!
Oh, lava. No!
What is going on?
There. Go, Zoe, go! Get our last little points! Oh, yes. Love it. Here
Eyes on
for
the prize! What a great ride!
Made it. I won shit!
Oh, I rule! Oh, stop it. You've run that slope before.
In theory, not like this.
It still counts. I demand a rematch.
Just say the word.
I loved it. Best side story of mine yet.
Now, if only it had the tricky music.
Yeah.
I did not know you knew how to board, Zoe. Dude, please.
Ah, babies,
Another
we're
sad
back.
Story in the bag.
I'm happy I got to keep that one.
Shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
Huh. Is there more to this? Or was that always the way to do this?
That's how I came up the first time. I just walked up here to the top, but I didn't see anything other than that thing all over there.
We just screw up and we do have to go over?
Oh no, we're idiots. Can you bring that back for me, please? Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Come on, click it. Click it.
Golden Bulge.
believe it's this. No,
No, that's where we came from.
where it came from?
I said the golden balls.
You sent me another something? Oh, I know what I said. I said that I saw that picture that you sent me. I forget how to fly. Chad, it gave me a different game and I forgot how to fly now. It was cute. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. Where I'm supposed to go? I think so. Here. And then here. Or not. Okay. Oh.
Oh, can you?
Is this like a plumbing system?
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. Change them. Change them. Oh nope. Okay. Change them.
Change. I missed.
Nope.
I totally just missed the second one. Alright.
And change.
What the fuck? Now I can't jump
Change.
on it. Do the
Okay,
thing.
you're only killing me.
That's fine. You deserve it. Hey, let's try again. And
Change.
change. There we go.
All right, I'm good.
What the fuck?
I think you have to catch the cord
I know what
first.
I have to do. I can't.
Glide with the draggy?
Okay, yeah. I was just too far. Now where am I supposed to go, though? Oh, over there. Okay.
All right, let's press on.
Let's.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I made it too high.
Thanks. Stay. Now go. Okay, go. Okay, and the lever for you.
We got it.
I'm gonna die.
You got it? Yeah.
And up. This one I can do. That one I can do. There we go. What the fuck? I shouldn't need the dragon from like that. Like, it's not that far. Ugh.
Steam bath came out quite exquisite.
Okay. This one. This one. has a landing for me. I must come back around.
I've got buttons. Are they lightening anything up?
Yeah. Let me stand over here. Only the one does stuff
dear,
by me. Yeah, the others don't do stuff by me, so it's just the one. The other stuff is on the other side.
So it's just this one.
Yeah. Alright, now the other one. Hurry! 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 Hurry!
I don't know which one. You gotta,
it's the
yeah,
six.
you gotta.
It's that one. It's the 6. I had to see it. So I need that one, and then go to the 6. Alright, now go to the 6. And then smiley face. Smiley face!
There's smiley face. There's no smiley face. It's a lie.
Oh. Okay, then it would be the bowl of ramen.
Okay.
Alright, 6. And then bowl of ramen. And then all of them. No. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Too slow, but yeah, okay. I couldn't tell if you were controlling the angle or the metal thing or not, but it's timed, so. Alright, 6, and then bowl of ramen. And then go to 6. Ah. No, it's not gonna work. We're gonna have to shoot forward. You have, hold on. Oh, that one. Yeah, the one you just were on. That one. No, the other one. The pick. Go to your right. That one.
I know which one. Yeah.
Well, I wanted your confirmation. Okay. And then it's 6. And then ramen.
It really depends on which one you have blocking. So this one I need 6 again.
Okay.
And now we can go to...
Doesn't matter. I'm already here.
Okay.
That's some geyser action. So, twins, huh? Well, me and Ella may look similar, but we are not the same.
So she's the nice one?
Hey, come on.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, this looks sort of familiar.
You bet.
Okay.
Hooray.
There you go.
They're gonna come out bigger dragons now.
Probably.
Step back.
Oh, yours is roly-poly stuff.
Come here.
Zoe?
Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah. Ride a dragon.
How am I supposed to do that?
Just trust her, and she'll trust you.
Easy, girl. Oh, steady. Steady, girl.
Now, faster and stronger. The path to the next temple shall be carved.
Okay, hold on tight. Through the waterfall. Okay. Whoa. Easy. Easy.
Right? And they're cute dragons too. I think they're adorable. Oh my god, now I get to do dragon back? I'm here for it. We're just gonna glide, chat. Look at this happy little dragon. Doing happy little dragon things.
Steady. Steady.
Okay.
Oh, this beauty's got claws.
Okay. Whee! Can I land on that? I guess we're gonna find out. I can, and it's sticky and kind of gross. I give my dragon food.
You two look comfortable. It's like riding a bike, except it's alive, and it might kill me. Oh, you're not.
You have
eaten.
acid?
I have acid. Chat, my dragon has acid.
Can you burn the chains?
I have to get higher, probably. Because it lights up like I should be able to do something with it. Boop. I gave you a ball to play with. Here's the goal. Score!
Good dragon.
Yay. Whoosh.
Yeah. Physics. Whoa. What are these crystals? Another sign that the realm is dying. So what's the megalith doing? Yeah. And only dragons can cure it.
I'm a happy dragon, look at me. Wait, hold on. What's up here, do you think? Oh. There's balls. Whee!
Let's balance things out.
Oh god! Hold on, little dragon!
I don't think you were supposed to go there.
I accidentally fell, and I was trying to save my life. No, little dragon! No, little dragon! That was what I wanted to do.
You gotta come back the way.
I'm a happy little dragon, happy little dragon. Happy little dragon, melting things with my acid. Do 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 do.
I got the zoomies.
You see that? Okay.
Path is clear. All right, let's roll out.
Transformers, roll out. Oh god. Like downstairs, I don't have dash. There was a glowy symbol.
What? I know. Acid.
I know. Oh no!
Derpsy derpsy do.
Oh, I can't wait to bring the megalith down from the skies.
Oh no, they gave me rings? I'm not a circus dragon, I'm just a dragon. Alright, come on, buddy. Let's see what we can do, okay? Whee! Oh crap. Oh crap. That'll be fine.
Hungry, hungry dragon.
What did to 14? What did I do? All I said when I was soloing Tales of the Dead tomorrow. But welcome back.
Nope, I gotta take a call.
Okay. Okay. Oh, the CP babies. Oh, they're the CP babies, chat. They're so cute. I wanted to show you guys Mallow on the couch, but she's in a weird spot. I can't really get the camera there. I give her cute cat bed. I give her folding chair with cushions. She goes, no, I want couch, which is valid. I too want couch. Bear, 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 bear. So chat, I have the schedule up of apparently I'm getting something on Saturday and I don't know what I'm getting. I haven't ordered anything, chat. I've been poor as fuck. So I don't know what. Oh, they missed you. They're like, where's mom? We want snuggles. Where's mom? They'll get used to it. But I have the schedule or like the chapter list of Split Fiction, and we're on Rise of the Dragon Realm, which is 2 hours and 10 minutes. But okay. So chat, there's this person on TikTok that keeps coming up. They work at a fox sanctuary. And one of the foxes' names is Beans. And she goes, are you a sweet beans today? Or are you a spicy beans? Sometimes he's a spicy. Well, most of the time he's spicy. But sometimes he's sweet. Sometimes he's really cute. He's adorable. And she got bit by it a couple times, or bit by foxes in general. Whatever, and she made a video. She's like, I work with wild animals, sanctuary or not. If you do something stupid or they're gonna be touched and you try to touch them, they're gonna bite you. Like, I'm not saying I was in the wrong. I'm just making you aware that, like, animals bite. Okay. Chat, I'm trying to get myself out of shadow ban. I still laugh with this, chat. I really do. The one video that I really thought like wouldn't be a problem. They keep rejecting the appeal. So I'm assuming it's what Chris said. It's because Astarian's half naked in the background. But like again, because this is how you can tell when shit's monitored by AI and not by a person, because you could clearly tell the subject of the material was not the half-naked person behind me, who, for all intents and purposes, was actually properly dressed. Like, he wasn't as bad as it's gonna sound. I don't agree with this, but he wasn't a lady with his tits out. He was a guy, and that's more socially acceptable than like a lady. So fine, but the worst part is we were talking about something very particular in stream, and that gets completely disregarded by the fact that Astarion's like nipple is half hanging out on screen. So I'm like that pisses me off more than anything. Like, you want to shout, like, you want to hide the post, fine, whatever. But the fact that like you're blaming it because of nudity when it really has nothing to do with anything that would be against community guidelines just pisses me off. Like, why? It's not fair. But yeah, that's what it be. Okay. Yeah. That's the thing, Kai, because like you're in it, you know which one it is. Like, we are talking about Dragon Age. The whole topic of the video is about Dragon Age. It has nothing to do with anything that's going on in the background. But again, because it's all AI regulated and modded, it gets denied. And it got on appeal too. Like, if you go to, you guys can't, but if I go to my activity and it'll say like which videos I appealed and which ones came through, where is it? Now it's not going to give it to me because they want it. Yeah, here we go. It goes, I appealed. It shadow banned us for when we were in a box. I don't know why. It doesn't say why, but it's when we're in the box talking about art color, and I misunderstood what was said. It banned that one. It shadow banned that one. It told me it went against the community guidelines. I appealed it. It was approved, which it should have been. Then it told me that I have a video where there's two slimes on top of each other, and I'm like, oh my god, guys, it looks like they're doing it. And like, what's the face that he's making? Like, that one I could totally see getting banned, shadow banned, removed from the For You profile, whatever. That one was hidden from the For You page. I appealed it and it was approved. Then the other one that was done was when I was playing Peak with myself, Doc, and Einar. And Einar and I are on a lava rock. And Doc makes a comment, you should be safe here. And I was about it being really hot. Like, oh, it's really hot. Be careful. And I'm like, oh, it's hot here, but we should be okay. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And then I say, hi. That one got banned as well. It was inappropriate for the For You page. I appealed it. I won because I was like, there's nothing wrong with that one. And then the last one was, it's not on here anymore. It was removed. But the last one was then the one with Kai and I was like, that's bullshit. Like, out of the 4 that got denied, that one is the only.
I'm back. You don't have to vamp.
Well, I'm still gonna vamp. I'll just do it while we're playing the game. Continue. But yeah, Kai, I was pissed. What? Oh, hold on. It tapped me out of the game. But you know what's really funny? So TikTok banned those or removed them from your For You page, whatever you want to call it. But they're fine on YouTube. And YouTube has stricter guidelines because they consider themselves more family friendly. I can't make this jump, so I'm missing something.
Can you come back here?
Yeah.
Fling me.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, I wonder if I have to. Yeah. No, raise him up. Raise him up.
All set.
There you go. See?
Okay.
Oh, you bitch.
I feel like that's payback or something, chat, and I don't know what. But the thing is, now you have to go reset the whole thing. Alright, are you there? Come on, you're missing your window.
I'm
Fine.
waiting for you to put the hands down.
No.
You are bad at aiming.
I was thinking you were gonna go further down than you were. That was not bad. There you go.
Ooh, that got me dizzy.
I don't know why that got you dizzy. It wasn't like you went flying across the field or anything. Now what am I supposed to do? Because where I thought I was supposed to go, I don't necessarily reach. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm coming back. I don't have a sprint. I just have dragon wings. Okay, and then we jump across. And then we jump across. Eee, bloop. And then I should be able to make it now? Question mark? Yeah, I should be able to make it. Yeah.
Oh, the two of you make a great pairing.
So, do you hide like in its belly?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Alright, so the pattern here is boomerang, smiley face, and golf paddle. And then the other... Okay. Am I supposed to do something here? Maybe? Hold on.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So...
We have to be even. So go first. And then it's me. And then it's smiley face. And then it's boomerang. There you go.
Nice.
Okay, we're about to face off with the Dragon Slayer. Is that an actual name or a job title? He was a megalith general and executioner of dragons during the war. Sounds like some power metal lyrics.
So, melt the armor! Hey, I got a dash. It's a weird dash, but I got a dash.
You want to see if there's something here, hidden here?
I guess. That's a letdown.
That is a letdown. I'm kind of disappointed.
It just wanted me to melt, like, there's stuff up here that I can just melt. It's just things for us to fuck with. Actually, come over here.
There you go.
Break this
Too
one.
late. I'm down. I'm
Oh,
down.
well, you're a bummer.
Sorry.
Come, chat. Go, chat. He's a party pooper. Oh, he's metal. Yeah, so it was just practice for this dude. Got it.
Well then, it will be an honor to kill the world's last two dragons.
But they're just babies.
Face extinction.
They're just little babies. Ow. That just, don't get hit with the sword. It's a one shot.
How about it?
Ah! Oh! Did it just body check you? Oh god. I'm a little dragon.
I think you have to fry that middle part.
I'm trying to fry the middle part. I have to get to it. Don't tell my dragon had a dragon. just scorpions, chat. They're fine. Just gonna melt them.
One is on me. Help.
Where are you? Oh. God damn it. Oh, that's you. I'm like panicking because there's this thing coming towards me and it's just you. Ow. No, come on. Ow. Ah. Ah. I hate those energy beams. Go away. Busy. Okay, dash this way. Oh, motherfucker.
Don't let up!
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Oh. It would be helpful if you destroy all the swords.
Ah, crap. Get out of there. Oh. Ah, shit.
You only know failure.
Ah!
Ghosts of your predecessors should have warned you.
Keep at it!
We got it.
You're actually pretty cool.
She shoots fucking acid.
Shall we?
Like, how many people do you know that just shoots out acid? Tell my dragon, she's pretty cool. Bitch. Alright.
But seriously, that was some fierce fighting, dragons. The megalith won't be happy about
Wait.
losing his general.
What's with the chain? Can we burn this? Okay.
It's just like these things, I just melt them.
That's fine. I just wanted to see if it was anything we were missing.
Hey, that must be another side story.
Yeah, let's free it from Raider's grasp.
Wait. That means we have to go this way.
Story to Raider's fate. I agree, but we have the megalith this way.
Okay.
I need you to melt the chain there.
Boop. Whee! Climb, little dragon, climb! I love how it's like little dragon parking.
You guys get a quick rest. We'll be right back. All set? All set.
Don't go anywhere.
Whoa. Do I feel lighter?
There's no place like space.
Space?
Okay, we're good now. I had to charge the phone. Oh.
Ooh, this is quite nice, Mio.
Almost therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There we go.
It's so relaxing. Good for you, making this side story all calm.
Evacuate the station immediately.
Oh, why do I even bother? We need
What?
escape shuttle now. Please.
Here we go.
Lead the way.
You
Hey.
can't double jump here.
No, it was the left button
Yeah.
that I need. I was like, there's obviously a button that I need to get across places. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. There we go.
Oh, tight squeeze. Stay calm, Zoe.
Zoe, you handle the moon. I mean, with all due respect, or a star. At this point, you're a pro at this. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
You got it.
It was honestly the last one that screwed me.
It almost screwed me, honestly, because it was so easy to overshoot.
Oh crap, really?
You dashed too soon. Say, don't waste that air dash.
Get your suit. We're going for a little walk.
Okay.
Oh, I lost my air jump.
Yeah, now we're spacewalking. Oh, that's creepy.
I mean,
There we go.
I kind of dig that. I wish the music would have just
Heaven.
stayed cut out. I like that.
Quite a view. Even better than I imagined.
That is really pretty view, though.
No! Don't leave without us! Get to the last shuttle. Unlock it. I think we need to hurry.
Oh. Oh, hold on. You? Me? No?
No, do it like at the same time.
No, we're making. Hold on, we're making the puzzle. Look. So switch yours over. No, you have to make
You're
the
not
you have to make the puzzle. If I'm circle, oh my god, be a circle, be a circle.
I don't have a trident.
You have to be the oat there.
Okay.
That's one.
Oh no! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! What do we do now? Run! Zoe, stay calm. Take slow breaths. My suit, it's making weird noises. We have limited oxygen. We need to get to the shuttle. Oh dear.
Come on, really?
I think I found an oxygen tank.
I am stuck there. Come on. Really?
Okay, let's figure this one out. Getting low on oxygen.
Oh, okay, I see.
Now that's a breath of fresh air. Yeah, now find that shuttle ASAP.
Oh. Come on, really?
Stay calm, or your oxygen will drop fast. Right. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. I see another oxygen tank.
Come on, get me through.
Okay, easy does it.
Oh, whoops.
Got it. There's the shuttle. Almost there. I really preferred the more relaxing start of this side story. Yeah, sorry about that.
Flick through what you have.
Oh.
Hurry.
Nice.
Help me out. On it. Strap in. Okay. Punch it.
Whee!
This is beautiful, Mio.
Some nights I force myself to zoom out.
Zoom out.
The bigger the trouble, the bigger the zoom. It helps me see how insignificant some of my worries are.
Huh. Does it work?
It gives me some perspective. And enough room to breathe.
Hmm.
You do know there is no oxygen in space, though, right?
Now hold on. I want to become an astronaut. Isn't that every kid's dream?
Then why didn't you?
Math sucks.
I feel that.
girl.
Do you want to stop here?
We have a dragon realm to
I mean,
It's 10
yeah, if you're
o'clock.
fine.
And I don't know when the next, like, good save spot will be before 10:30.
Okay.
Alright, so then we'll do
It's
that.
your stream. You do your thing.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be easier. Instead of trying to fight it and, like, running later or whatever, then we want to.
Okay.
Alright, I'll stop here then.
Good night, chat.
So it's like, good night, chat! I gotta go sleeping now, bye! Alright, chat. I know it's earlier than I said it was going to, but it's just easier because I said Doc and I had to end stream at 10:30 at the latest anyway, so this is it's just easier. You get it? You know? And my game absolutely hates my computer, so there's that. But chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Final Fantasy 14 Palace of the Dead solo run start. My goal is to pretty much, at least, I think tomorrow I'll be fine. But my goal with Palace of the Dead is to go until I wipe, not go until I clear. So that means, like, tomorrow, obviously, if I die early on solo running, I will try again, and I will try again. But it's however far I get, like, tomorrow. I definitely know I'm not gonna do, like, a clear run, I don't think. And I might throw it in, like, on the days I feel spicy, you know? But we're definitely starting a Palace of the Dead solo run, so that's the plan. As always, make sure you take care of yourself mentally. It is just as important as taking care of yourself physically. I do well hope you have a great and wonderful rest of your night and a fantastic day tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for Final Fantasy 14 Palace of the Solo Dead run. I love you guys. Go drink water, take care of yourselves.